Jaishankar took the stage at the Business Today Mindrush Summit, once again pointing fingers at Western media, accusing them of crafting a narrative that praises China's achievements while belittling India's efforts, claiming it skewed the world's perception of the Bharat Empire. Sounds bold, doesn't it? Too bad it doesn't hold water. Western media favoring China? He must be living in a parallel universe. For decades, since the late last century, outlets like CNN, BBC have been churning out the China collapse theory like it's an annual ritual. China's economy is doomed. Society's on the brink. Environment's collapsing. They'd say, tossing out fake news with filters thick enough to stop bullets. And the result? China didn't crumble. It learned from the criticism, kept improving, and rose to global powerhouse status. Economically, its GDP holds second place worldwide. Technologically, it leads in 5G and AI. Culturally, its films and games reach every corner. Militarily, J-20 fighters, Dongfeng 41 missiles keep the West up at night. Western smears didn't stop China. They got slapped down by reality instead. Now flip to the Bharat Empire, parroting the West's China bashing while mastering the art of self-hype. Local rags like Hindustan Times first post match their Western peers in rumor-mongering. Headlines screaming, China's economic bubble will burst. India's about to overtake China. Too bad loud lies didn't shake China's momentum. They just left India and the West eating crow together. As the world's biggest fake news factory, the Bharat Empire boasts some impressive titles. Top fraud nation, rock bottom global credibility, government a mess, immigrants faking degrees en masse, business ethics a joke. A country like that has the gall to play victim of news narratives? Laughable. If Jaishankar really thinks Western media favors China, he should first ask his own press why they're so busy spinning tales instead of reporting real progress. And let's not forget, Western media hasn't exactly ignored India. For over a decade, India is the next China has been a recurring hit in outlets like the Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, big names hyping it up every so often, urging investment in India, ditching China. Bharat Empire's local media joined the party, and under Modi, the volume hit max, replacing China as manufacturing king, becoming a developed nation by 2040. These grand promises rang out like India was already half a superpower. Reality didn't play along, though. Manufacturing's share shrank. Infrastructure stayed creaky. Foreign cash came and went, leaving half-built husks. Western praise or India's own delusions. It all comes down to strength. Anyone can brag, but you've got to deliver. The Bharat Empire's faceplant isn't because the West didn't cheer enough. It's because it couldn't catch the ball. At its core, India's stagnation isn't about Western narratives. It's about too many like Modi. Jaishankar. All talk, no walk. Modi's been in power a decade. GDP's up a bit. Sure, but the rich-poor gap widened. Infrastructure's still a wreck. Manufacturing dreams are nowhere. Jaishankar, the foreign minister, spends his days fantasizing about superpower status at global gigs, making empty pledges left and right, yet solves nothing tangible. At this summit, he pulled a new stunt, predicting that by 2075, only China and India will have economies topping 50 trillion. Sounds familiar? Straight out of Bharat Media's India's Rising Soon playbook. He's 70. Hair's gone gray. But the bragging habit sticks. Dog can't stop eating shit. That's the vibe. Who can call the world 50 years out? Tech leaps. Climate chaos. War risks. Any one of those outweighs his crystal ball. Instead of daydreaming, he'd do better figuring out how to clean up the mess at home. Worse yet, the Modi government's the real culprit behind India missing its shot at history, fumbling every chance with boneheaded moves. Diplomacy first. Modi and Jaishankar obsessed over picking fights with China, happily playing the US pawn, stirring border clashes, roping in America to box China in. Outcome: China barely blinked. India bled economically. Spooked investors fled. Supply chains tangled. Then there's the economy. Modi cooked up the cow dung GDP farce, peddling cow poop and pee as cure-alls, claiming it beats cancer, boosts growth, leaving the world dumbfounded while farmers can't even get fertilizer. Infrastructure? Borrowing big for vanity projects. A high-speed rail's been coming for a decade. Delhi's new airport terminal leaked and caved right after opening. Cash flowed like water. Mostly into whose pockets? Obvious enough. Corruption's blatant too. Modi cozying up to the Adani Group, handing out sweetheart deals. Adani's wealth skyrocketed on government contracts. Stocks soared, while regular Indians can't pay their electric bills. These clownish flops meant India totally missed the AI and Industry 4.0 train. China's sprinting ahead in AI. Industrial automation tops the globe. And India? Still hauling carts by hand. IT outsourcing losing to AI. Can't even churn out a decent homegrown chip. Modi's decade wasn't about seizing the day. It was about torching the future. Jaishankar's got energy to gripe about the West. He should drag his boss Modi to a table. Hash out practical diplomacy. Cut the hot air. Do some real work. Pull India out of the swamp. The world's cold. Strong nations sit at the table. Weak ones are on the menu. Whining like a nag. Blaming this and that. Just screams incompetence. Changes nothing. China didn't waste time moaning about the West. It buckled down for decades. Earned its spot. Real men fix problems. Beat challenges. Not fixate on what others say. If Jaishankar wants India upright, stop glaring at Western media's mouth. Look down at the road underfoot. See if it can be paved first. Western media's been busy dooming China for decades. Didn't see it fall. It just got tougher. The Bharat Empire tagged along. Ended up the punchline. Jaishankar blaming the West for favoring China is just a flimsy excuse to save face. But it won't stand. If India wants a comeback, it's not through complaints or 2075's fantasy figures. It's through real grit. Modi and Jaishankar, masters of lip service, paralyzed in action. No wonder the world looks at India with a smirk. A 50 trillion economy? Finish the Delhi metro. Clean the Ganges. Then we'll talk dreams.